Well, are you still with me? Props to you. I'm telling you, props to you. We're on to part 3. Kate D wants to know, is my family supportive of my weight loss? Oh my gosh, they are so supportive. They really are. I still make desserts and that on family dinners. They'd probably string me up if I didn't, because none of them are on a diet or a weight loss program or whatever. And I really don't find it to be that tempting. And they don't tempt me like, oh, look at cake. Taste. They don't do that. They just eat what they want to eat, and then they don't tempt me with food or, you know, buy me candy or stuff like that. For Easter, Danny said instead of buying me any kind of candy, he's just going to take me out to brunch, which is fine. I'm going to do that. And, you know, Christy will always say, well, you know, like, because we always go out on Sundays for dinner. And she'll always say, well, I don't want to tempt you off your diet. Where do you want to go? You know, you pick. And I go, no, it's your week to pick. And she'll always try to pick something healthy because she knows how well I'm doing and she doesn't want to stray me off. Sharon Hendricks wants to know, what did you retire from and what state do you live in? I live in Michigan. By the thumb, here's our state. That's what it looks like. I live right about in there is where I live. And I live just north of Detroit. Don't track me down. I don't care. I retired from, I worked at Montgomery Wards for the longest time. I started as a sales clerk at Montgomery Wards. I worked my way to being an operator, and then I went to the VCB clerk. You know, I was kind of a smart ass when I was an operator, because we had the one manager the one time, and I was the switchboard operator, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I asked him if I could go to the bathroom, because you had to have somebody take care of the switchboard. And he was saying, no, you need to stay there, because no one, you know, anybody can handle the switchboard. How did they come up, though? I'm trying to think how. I knew I had to leave to go somewhere, and he kept telling me I couldn't. And I kept saying, well, I know what it was because this girl named Denise. I said, well, Denise has to relieve me because she's the only one that knows how to work the switchboard. And he said, you know, a monkey could handle the switchboard. You're staying there. I'm not taking Denise away. And so I said, but I really need to go. And he said, well, that's too bad. You know, like I said, just get somebody else. A monkey could handle the switchboard. And our switchboard, like if you came out of the area where the switchboard was the kids department with the toys. So I went and I got a stuffed monkey, and I set the stuffed monkey at my desk in front and put the headset on the monkey, and then I went to the bathroom, and he didn't think that was funny. He got mad at me. But you know, I had to go to the bathroom. I wasn't going to do my business at the thing. You know what you know. And I knew I had to go, and I knew that was not going to wait, and he didn't want to send Denise over to take my place. So the monkey it was. And he didn't let me go because, you know what, there was no one else that worked the switchboard. But I did get a talking to. As I should have. I really realized that was kind of insubordinate on my part, but it was fun. It was so much fun. Anyway, but anyway, I left there, and they closed, obviously, if you know what happens. You know, they went out of business. And then I got a job working at a third-party administrator at a health services, and I started in the mailroom. And then I worked my way up to being the only one in the mailroom. And then our company was taken over, and we became, we started paying bills for strip malls. And so then I became a scanning technician is what they called it. And that's what I retired from. Oh, Weight Watchers with Carrie. She has a lot of questions. When did you start family dinners? I started family dinners in, truly I started them in 1994, but my mother had come to live with me in 1994. We always went to my mother's house for as long as I can remember for Sunday's dinners. And then when my father passed away, and then Mary got married, and then Denise went off on her own because my mother, Denise, and Mary had bought a house together. And when Mary got married, Denise and my mother couldn't afford to stay in the house because it was a nice house and it took 3 people to support it. So they sold the house, and Denise got her own place, and then my mother moved in with me. And then my mother got really ill in 2005, so then I started taking over the dinners. And then we always just switch them. Every year we switch them to a different day depending on what's good for everybody. We kind of figure out what day is good for everybody because with work schedules and kids' schedules and things like that. So I've been doing them since 1994, but officially been deciding the menu since 2005. On your birthday, you can pick whatever you want. I'll make whatever you want for your birthday. You get to pick the cake, the ice cream, the dinner, the sides, the whole bit. You get to pick everything because that's your day. And I've told you this when we were little. Well, we were poor. I didn't realize we were poor, but we were poor. And your birthday gift was that everybody had to wait on you like you were a queen, or if you were a boy, like a king. And so your brothers and sisters, I could be sitting here and Denise could be in the other room, and I could call her and say, Denise, and then she'd come in here and I'd say, could you hand me my glass of water that's sitting right there? And she'd have to hand me my glass of water because that was your gift, that was your day. So I kind of did that over with my kids too. And sometimes I think I created a monster. Although I was the monster. I was the oldest, so I got the most benefit of it. Because by the time Denise got to be like 10, I was gone. I was, married and everything. So I got the full benefit of that. How long of a breakup with Jim did you have? I told you that Jim and I had some troubles back in the 80s. It technically was a year. It really was. But it was only because he was working out of state. And that was the year, if you watched my video just before Christmas, I think that so much that he loved us so much and he realized what he was losing, that he lost all that weight because he was sending all the money home because he was so afraid he was going to lose us. So in a way, I said, who asked to come back? Neither one of us ever asked the other one to come back. It just was kind of assumed. I'm Catholic. I don't believe in divorce. Even if I was to leave him, I wouldn't divorce him even at that time because I would have never remarried. I'm just really strong in my faith that way, and I just felt that we were married for life. Kind of like geese. Is it geese that are married for life, that stay together for life? Penguins, I think, are together for life. So I just knew that we would get back together, but sometimes you just need a break. You just need to be away. I'm not saying that people that get divorced, I have nothing against people. My son is divorced. Both of my sons are divorced. My one son's remarried, but my other son said he'll never marry again. Jim's sister's divorced. It's just... I have nothing against people that are divorced. It's just my own personal beliefs that I don't hopefully, don't subject my beliefs on other people. But that's just the way I believe. And, obviously it worked because we're back together. We're still together. Would you ever get an animal? Yes. I have plans someday. I'm going to get 2 cats, a gray one and a black and white one. And I'm going to name one Smokey and the other one Bandit. Can you guess which ones are going to be Smokey? The gray one. Would you do a morning routine video? Probably not, because my mornings are very boring. I get up, I open up the blinds, go for my walk, come home, drink my water, eat my breakfast, and then you see me from the rest of the day. I don't put makeup on. You don't want to see me in the shower. That's a scary sight. And so no, I don't think I'd ever do a morning routine. Charity Muse, have you ever tried Simply Filling? No, only because if you've seen my meals, I eat a lot of food. I have a lot of food at one sitting, and I'm afraid that if I went on Simply Filling, where you can eat whatever you want and you only counted the points on certain things, that I would go crazy. I do kind of think that I do Simply Filling on the weekends, but then I eat all the wrong things. So, no, Denise did Simply Filling and absolutely loved it, and she did lose weight on it. My sister Denise. No, I don't see me doing Simply Filling. We would not be friends. Will you ever have any more grandchildren? No. They've all told me they're done. But I can have great grandchildren, but I want to wait on that. David's my oldest. He's going to be 17 next month. 17. I remember just holding him in my hand. He was so small. But no. So I have to wait for great grandkids, and I'm in no big hurry for that, so I can wait. Brenda Lou said she notices that I have baskets behind me sometimes, and Tammy Duncan wants to know, are they Longenberger baskets? Yes, they are Longenberger baskets. I had a friend who's now moved. She lives in Grand Rapids, but she was a Longenberger consultant, and I used to have parties all the time. I have them everywhere. I have them all through my house. See, I got one right here. I absolutely love them. This one I just have some barrettes and stuff in there for the kids. The baskets behind me, Somebody else had asked. I don't know exactly where it was. Somebody had asked. The baskets, oh, I know. Lynn wanted to know about the baskets behind you. They're in front of my grandkids' pictures. Do I put anything in them? If they forget toys, let me show you. Example. Sebastian left this here the other day. Oliver left his dinosaur. And Sophia left her Angry Bird. So what I'll do is I'll put them in the basket, and then when they come, I'll remember to give them to them. So Alyssa usually just forgets like not rubber bands, but you know, hair ties and stuff like that. David never forgets anything. So he's just too big. So I just have a basket in front of him. I don't take any, Lynn wants to know, do you take any vitamins? No, I don't take any vitamins. No. I used to take vitamins, but they kind of bothered me. And I don't know. And then Lynn also wants to know what kind of phone holder I have in my car. 1 minute, I'll get that too. I meant to get it out earlier. See, and you got to see my big old butt. I got a big butt. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other girls might try. I know, forget it. Stop singing. This is the one I have in my car, which I turn that sideways. This sticks to my dash, but it still rattles. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I do like this one the best. This is the one I like the best. And I think where I have it now, it seems like it's working a little bit better. It was kind of good that it kind of fell on me the other day when the policeman was coming by, because I would have got a ticket. Because in Michigan, you're not allowed to text and drive. And not that I was texting, but I think that I was distracted. They'll say I was distracted, but I wasn't distracted. So anyway, thank you so much for the questions. I'm sorry that it took 3 parts to get it all in. If you have any other questions, this was fun. I had fun doing this. I really did. I am long-winded, I know. That's just who I am. I told you yesterday when I went to my meeting, somebody thought it was me, but because I had lost so much weight, they weren't sure. It wasn't until I opened my big mouth that they go, oh, I knew that voice. I'm known for that. And I have been told that I should write a book. I have so many stories. I don't think of them as stories. I just think of it as relating things in my life. I have a pretty good memory. I worry that I'm going to get Alzheimer's because I did have a head injury when I was younger. My mother always told me not to ride 2 on a bike. I rode 3 on a bike. She never said 3 on a bike was wrong. She only said 2 on a bike. And I fell off the bike, and I fell and hit my head on the cement, and I was unconscious for quite a bit. And they brought me to the hospital, and I think I had a concussion. I don't remember, but whatever. It was so long ago. And they had always said that people with head injuries, especially ones that are unconscious, tend to have problems in later life. So that's my worry. So I play lots of games on my phone. I play lots of trivia. I talk a lot. And I read a lot. And I love to remember stories. I really do. I love to tell stories. Not tell stories, but just to relate my life. If you can think of anything you might want to know about my life, I don't have a problem answering them. I really don't. I think I still got a story or 2 left in me. I know you find that hard to believe. Sandy, more stories? How can that be? How could she know all of that? How could she remember so much? In Denise, she doesn't remember stuff, and she'll say, how can you remember that stuff? It's a gift. The gift that keeps on giving and giving and giving, whether you want it to or not. So, all right, I'm going to end this now. I hope you liked the 3 parts. I'm sorry that they were so long. Leave a comment down below. If you have another question, feel free to ask me because I'll answer. And once again, thank you guys. You really brighten up my day. You really, really brighten up my day. I can't even tell you. You touch my heart. You touch my heart. You really do. I'm so appreciative of all of you out there. So thank you so much.